Alrighty guys, I'm going to do another video here on some puzzles. So this is Lichess again. They always have their puzzles going on. They change constantly. The idea here is that these are just quick 3 or 4 move puzzles to kind of practice your tactics, looking at the board and seeing, okay, is there a way to win material? Is there a way to force my opponent into an ugly situation? I happen to have done this puzzle recently, so this first one we're just going to breeze through, and then we'll go to the next one. As soon as I hit the next puzzle, it'll be a totally random puzzle that I've never seen before. But the daily puzzle is always there for you to look at. It changes once a day, so if you've done puzzles before, and I was doing some puzzles just on my phone, and I thought, you know what, let me just record a quick video. You can see my puzzle rating is not fantastic. I do fail a lot of these, but it is something to look at. In this particular puzzle, my opponent has captured a pawn and looking to capture my queen. In this particular case, we've got a few things that we can look at. Number one is this rook. Well, first question is, what do I do? Do I recapture? That's the first thing to look at. Should I recapture? Recapturing puts my opponent in check. So that's a very good thing. He has to move there, because there's nothing he can do to block, so it moves over here. I do not have a light square bishop, so I cannot put something on this diagonal. So the idea is that this queen sitting here would cut off this whole slice. So my opponent's king over here cannot come back, so they're stuck on that diagonal, but I do not have anything else to attack that diagonal, so that ends up making that king very safe there. What if instead I have a queen that can get to that diagonal? In fact, that queen can park itself there, which threatens that diagonal. And then the next question is, how do I cut off that? Well, I just so happen to have a rook that I can slide over that achieves the same thing. So now the move order. The move order is important. Do I do this first? Or do I do this first? If I move this first, what's the danger? The danger is my opponent will snag that. That doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do. Or the danger is my opponent just slides this rook over and gives them an escape square. Yep. Or slide, nope, they can't slide that up if I go here first. So the danger would be my opponent, that gives my opponent time to move their rook out of the way and give their king an escape square to start running away. But if I do this first, there is no escape square, and the rook has to move. So let's go ahead and do this one first. And yes, it is the best move. And then go ahead and do this. So again, I had done this particular puzzle recently, so this was not anything for me. You could see I did not win or lose any points. But this next puzzle is a totally random puzzle. So this is the first time I'm seeing it, just like you guys are the first time seeing it. So let's look at, I'm the white pieces. We are even on material. We're even on material, more or less. Yeah, we're even on material. My opponent's king is now tucked away. Can I do something about that? Then he could just hide over here. All right. Okay, I see something. So look for these kind of patterns. Pieces that are lined up, right? So this spear that we're talking about, do I have anything that can attack those two pieces? And yes, I do. This piece happens to also be defended by my queen. So yep, this is looking really sharp right now, guys. So I could move my bishop here, which spears the queen and the rook. Now, most likely my opponent is going to want to save their queen and not give it up for free, so they're probably going to move their queen. The question is, where can they move their queen that would be dangerous to me? They really can't. Everywhere they could move it is not really any danger as far as putting me in checkmate or anything. So I have the time, meaning I have the tempo. I'm not in any danger. And my opponent lost tempo by moving that knight out of the way. Which, man, this was a good move. Whoever was playing this game was a good move because that knight was attacked twice. So that knight had to move out of the way, but it leads to this spear. And yep, that was the best move. He decides to, okay, let's look and see what this is bringing me. So my opponent is saying, okay, I see your attack on my queen, and I raise you an attack on your queen. Now we have to look at the move order. Is it better for me to capture here, which undefends that, which he can capture there? Right? So I'm trading, in this case, I'm trading a bishop for a rook, which actually I'm okay with. So I'm going to change the... No, I didn't want to do that. I was... Game, come on. This is why I sometimes have the confirmation on there, because I do these mouse slips all the time as I'm looking. I was just about to say I'm changing my move order. Instead of me capturing queen and just trading queens to no effect, I'm going to change that, and I'm going to capture a rook and give up a bishop and go up in material, which was the correct move order. And see, he'll just capture back that way, but I still go up material, so I'm happy with that one. So I should have gained points on that one. Oh well, it happens. All right, moving on to the next puzzle. So in this case, he captured a pawn, and he is looking to capture this rook. I can capture back here, but then he captures back, which leaves him 4 pawns to a knight. Okay, so that's interesting. Dangerous, but interesting. What could I do to help? Aha, okay. So if we change the move order a little bit, what if I go here? That puts him in check. So he has to move. He can move there, though. Oh, that's fine. Okay. So he can move there to protect. I can then take the rook for free without giving him my bishop because the defender is now gone. And this king cannot take my knight because now my knight is defended by that same bishop. What if I were to get rid of these lines? What if he were to try to come some other direction? No, he's too far away. So that's the move order I'm going to go with. Perfect. And so now I am up material. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Wow, that was I got tons of points in that one. Okay. Last one. We'll do one more, and then we'll call it for this video. Okay, so a little bit complicated here. Lots of material still on the board. So the more material on the board is means that the board is more complicated because more decisions have to be made, more lines can happen. So in this case, this guy moves the knight here. Why? Oh, because that knight was undefended. So I'm the white pieces. So let's quickly count our material. 2 rooks, queen, queen. I have bishop and knight. He has bishop and knight. So it looks like the material is pretty even. Well, I only have 4 pawns. He has 7 pawns. Wow. Okay. So white is down some material here. But this queen... This queen is a little exposed. What happens if this rook goes here? This queen can... Oh, the queen's got some escape squares. Never mind. So the queen can escape. Okay, so the queen is not trapped in that scenario. Okay. This rook and this queen are threatening... Are they threatening checkmate? No, they're not, because it's covered. Never mind. So let's take that off the table. I don't have a dark square bishop, so there's no threats along this diagonal. What's next? And you guys might see this, instantly well before I do, and that's fine too. This is how my process works. What if I were to do no? So now I'm just looking at every piece on the board and looking for undefended pieces. The queen is the only one that I see as an undefended piece, and I'm tunnel visioning looking at it, trying to find something I can do about that queen. Can I chase that queen around? Again, let's see. He could go here, which gives him this whole diagonal to run away. And that just forces a queen trade, which doesn't help me any. Because I'm down material. Remember, I'm down 3 pawns, so I do not want to do free trades. I have to do trades that gain me material back. What if I move here? No, because now that bishop is undefended, he can take it back for free. Let's see here. There's got to be something, right? If I take here, he takes. Okay. No, because he can take with his. No, see, my thought process now is if I take here, even without any protection, I sacrifice my queen, so the king has to recapture, then I now have an x-ray of my rook against his king. The only thing standing in the way is my bishop. I slide my bishop over. He can't do anything to block except slide this way, which is still in path of my bishop. So I could recapture his queen. So that would have worked, except that he's got a bishop sitting there that he could take my queen. So that doesn't work. So these are the kind of x-rays and patterns I'm looking for. Man, I told you this one was going to be a little more complicated. Let me think. What else could we do? Wait. If I go here, yeah, he's still got this. And then what if I go here? Because now he can still move down here. And he can escape this way. Okay, so no, I'm still not trapping the queen. All right, I need to stop thinking about the queen and start thinking about something else. Guys, I don't know. I just don't know about this one. Oh, man. I'm not ready to give up yet. The whole plan of this is to solve these puzzles. And I'm not ready to give up. Man. Okay. So, nope, it doesn't help either. I was thinking I could do this, then he'd have to recapture. Then I could recapture, give up a rook, but then threaten checkmate. But he can do the move order differently. I could go here, he could take with the rook. If I take back, he can take with the bishop, and leaving that bishop on that diagonal, protecting that square from checkmate. What if I were to... I don't know, guys. I think this one's beating me. I think this is it. I think I have to throw in the towel or just take a wild guess. Because I am not seeing it. I am not seeing it. And I'm sure whoever's watching this video right now, like all you guys are going, Joe, you're an idiot. It's just right there. You should see it. I tell you guys, I'm not good at chess. I wish I was better. I wish I could. All right, let's go. Let's try one more thing. So what did this knight move do? Well, the knight was attacked, so the knight moved. But when the knight was here, it was guarding these squares, right? Not that one. The knight was guarding those squares. So by moving that knight, did it unguard something? No. No, it didn't. I'm not sure, guys. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's got something to do with this queen, trapping this queen somehow. That's what my first instinct was. That's what I keep going back to. So I'm going to look at 2 different ways to trap this queen, either here or here. And I think this is the closest I've got. And sure enough, it was. I don't know. I'm going to go back. I'm going to turn the engine on because I don't understand exactly. Because I was thinking, why can't this guy just go, oh, duh, Joe. You got it. See, this is, I'm not good at seeing these things visually in my brain. I said it 100 times, didn't I? Slide this rook over, and then I've trapped the queen, right? But no, I said no, because he can go up here, right? He can sneak all the way back to here and then run away. And you guys are probably yelling at me going, no, Joe, once that rook is on this file, the queen can't go anywhere. See, I don't have that same visual processing in the center of my brain that some people do. I can't visualize that rook already there. When I do it just with circles, my brain doesn't make the connection that now that rook is here and all the things that come with it. So that rook is slicing off of this diagonal. So now this file. So this queen now has to choose to go here. Why couldn't he go here? What would be wrong about the queen going here? I'm missing something 100% here, guys. So this is saying there's checkmate on the board now. Wow. All right, let's back that one up, guys. Oof. So this is a pattern that I do not see. The opponent with the black pieces recognized that if they leave this queen here and leave my rook here, there is checkmate on the board somehow. Because this rook. And again, it goes back to the power of the rooks working together. One of the reasons why we castle early. So his goal is to eliminate this because it lines up with that queen. Which, yes, it gives up his queen for free, but allows him to remain in the game. Because if I try this trick, notice he is not in check, so he can pick up my queen for free. But this escape square that I thought was an escape square, which gave him all of this room to get the queen out of the way, because remember I was even talking about what happens if you slide that rook over. So the king is not in check because, so this queen is slicing across this diagonal. And if I take this pawn, if he does not take it back, then I can go there for checkmate. So that's a pattern, right? A rook and a queen working together right up next to, so the queen is melee, rook is range. So the queen right next to the king cuts off almost all of its squares. The rook protects the queen. So the king has to do something, otherwise this is checkmate. If the king starts to run away, what happens? If the king runs away here, oh right, it's also checkmate because notice the queen is cutting off these squares. So the king can only go left and right. And sliding the rook there, which is defended by the queen, but even more so, is too far away for the king to get to. So that's also checkmate. So this up here, by taking that, forces the king to recapture. But wait, there's more. There's another rook, and now the queen is cutting off this whole diagonal. The king can only go here, which puts us in the exact same pattern. But now, because that pawn that was there, now that pawn is no longer gone, that queen can move into melee distance, protected by its rook. And that pawn is not there like it was earlier. Wow, guys, so these are the things that I have to learn to get better. The engine is saying you can delay this checkmate by 1 by blocking with the queen, but it doesn't matter where you block because the rook just takes it, and now the king only has 1 move to make, and then checkmate. All right, so that was that puzzle. I encourage you guys to try these puzzles. They can be infuriating and frustrating, like this one was. They can be super easy, but these patterns that you start to see over and over again, they'll help you as you play your chess games. And like I said, to me, they're just fun. They're just fun little things that I can do to hop in, play a puzzle, and move on. All right, see you guys.